Hello, I'm going to be reacting to another OverSimplified videos. This was one of their series of mini wars number 4. I think I've reacted to 3 of them. They will all be in the playlist called OverSimplified. Now this is about the Emu War. I think emu is some sort of a flightless bird found in Australia only or something. Let me read from the Google what it says about Emu War. It says that the Emu War, also known as the Great Emu War, was a nuisance wildlife management military operation undertaken in Australia over the latter part of 1932 to address public concern over the numbers of emus said to be running amok in the Campion district of Western Australia. Alright, this in 1932. This should be an interesting video, so let's check it out. Here we go.
This is Australia. For the man who imagines being strangled by a tarantula while a kangaroo breaks his kneecaps and thinks, yes please. For the man who pictures himself being eaten by a snake in the burning outback while eating a Vegemite sandwich and thinks, yes please. And that man was Governor Arthur Phillip, who landed in Eastern Australia in 1788, presumably saw a dingo being eaten by a crocodile, being eaten by a death adder, being eaten by a koala, being eaten by Mel Gibson, and thought to himself,
Mel Gibson?
Yes. Good. Now I know what you're thinking, but oversimplified, the British didn't discover Australia, the Vikings did.
Vikings?
And you'd be wrong. I'm not sure why you'd think that. But hey, if you love Vikings so much, then why don't you check out today's sponsor?
Okay.
Vikings War of Clans was inspired
Good
by
one. Okay, this is the end of the ad. Alright.
Buy! Man, this is great. The market will continue to grow forever. But what if it doesn't? Oh crap, I never thought of that. Sell! And the stock market crashed, which led to economic downturn, which meant banks didn't lend anyone any money, which led to more economic downturn, which meant everyone stopped buying stuff, which led to more economic downturn. And hey, what if all the crops in the Great Plains were destroyed in a drought and then a big dust storm engulfed the area? That's right, more economic downturn. And in an effort to combat the crisis, America began imposing tariffs on foreign imports, which made the economic downturn go global, and the earth got really depressed. But one nation that was hit harder than most by the whole affair, Australia. The problem for Australia was that it relied heavily on its export industries, and in the current economic climate, no one was buying. To make things worse, Australia had introduced its own currency and pegged it onto the gold standard via the British pound, but then the UK started messing with its own peg on the gold standard, and if this is starting to sound confusing, then let me oversimplify it for you. Hey UK, looks like my car is broken down. Want to give me a tow? No problem, friend. I got you.
What's going to happen? Okay. They all died.
More economic downturn. The point I'm trying to make is things weren't good, and in particular, it was Australia's farmers that were suffering most. After the First World War, Australia had given returning veterans land for farming, but with the current economic crisis, the farmers just weren't making enough money, and many left to go find work in the cities. But for those who remained, things were about to get even worse.
The emu.
Before we get into that, it's time for some cultural exchange. My national bird is the bald eagle. It's a strong patriotic symbol of America and a deeply valued and protected species. My national bird is the peafowl. It's a beautiful creature whose vivid colors represent India, so we list it as a protected species. My national bird is the emu, and it's a pest.
Oh, it's the best.
Also bloody delicious. Emus.
So this bird is the national bird of Australia.
90 to 120 pounds, and able to run at speeds up to 40 miles per hour, usually return to the coast after their breeding season. But suddenly they found Western Australia full of lush, wet farmland. Oh my, look at all this delicious wheat that just so happens to be growing here in large quantities. Hey guys, get a load of this, you know mine.
All decreasing. And they're gone.
Hey, who left this big hole in the fence? Guys, get a load of this. Oh wow.
Rabbit. So these animals were destroying farmers with
What a lovely morning for some farming. What? Those damn emus, they have it in for me. They're bullies. They're nothing but bullies. Calm down, Bruce. They're just animals. It's not personal. Hey, Farmer Bruce, where did you find that hat? The toilet? Yes. 20,000 emus cost the already struggling farmers millions more pounds in lost crops and damages. The situation couldn't continue like this. Something had to be done. So in 1932, the farmers turned to the government for help. You'd think they'd go to the Minister of Agriculture, but these farmers said no. This is a job for the military. So they went to George Pierce, the Minister of Defense. That's right. Australia was to go to war with the emus. But not everyone was happy with the idea. This is barbaric. We can't go slaughtering thousands of our own national bird. Oh, come on, guys. The machine guns will make it quick and painless. Machine guns?
Machine
We're
guns.
using machine guns? This is animal cruelty. Look, I know it's unusual, but it's not like we're poachers turning the birds into feather hats. Think of the benefits. It'll be good target practice for our boys. The government
Target
can show it through
practice.
action. Plus, I can get myself a nice new feather hat. Did I say feather hat? I meant I want to together chat
He made a mistake there.
with you about getting you all some nice new feather hats. Did I say feather hats?
Okay,
I meant I
again.
want to wage terror at these emus and turn them all into feather hats. Damn it. Of course, Pierce first made the farmers sign an agreement saying that they would pay for the whole thing and that Pierce wouldn't take any of the blame if the operation, that was clearly very stupid, turned out to indeed be stupid. And the operation went ahead. Major GPW Meredith and his men were sent with 2 machine guns to hunt down and take out the evil emu population in Western Australia. Target spotted.
Jeez.
Was it an emu? No, sir. It's an emo. Damn it, Jones.
Okay.
Learn your vowels. I'm sorry.
Emo.
Okay, it looks like the humans are coming for us. But check this out. I've come up with an amazing plan.
What's
You can
that?
follow me here, okay? When they approach, we run away.
Okay.
Sir,
That's simple.
you're a genius. Pierce sent a camera crew along with the machine gunners to capture some good old propaganda for the government. And the first battle took place in November at Campion. The men spotted a mob of emus from a distance, so they set up their guns and opened fire. The emus split up into smaller groups and ran in every direction. The men were only able to kill what they called a number of birds, but the vast majority got away. Cut! Surprisingly, many of the emus were able to take multiple bullets, but still run at full speed to safety,
Really?
causing Meredith to compare them to tanks, saying if we had a military division with the bullet-carrying
So they're pretty strong, but
capacity of these birds, it would face any army in the world. Okay, we need to get closer. No, you idiots, not to me, to the emus. Oh, sorry. No.
okay.
I like it. So next, tried sneaking up on a large number of emus near a local dam and firing at short range. Maybe the men were just unlucky, but my professional opinion says the emus were magic, because both guns jammed after just 12 emus were killed, and once again, the rest got away. Cut!
Yeah, they're very clever.
The men were feeling a little humiliated after losing to a pack of discount ostriches, so they decided
Did they invent sniper already in that
to
time?
move further south, where the emus were said to be tamer. And this time, they had a new strategy. Okay, Jones, here's the plan. You mount the machine gun in the back, I'll chase the emus, you shoot. Got it?
Okay.
Got it.
That seems like a good plan. Or a bad one. Okay. It's a bad one.
I'm gonna shove that camera up your... The operation was a fiasco, and the press had a field day. In Parliament, Pierce was lambasted, and an opposition party member suggested that medals should be handed out to the emus, who had won every round so far. Pierce, feeling quite humiliated, called the operation off, but 4 days later, the farmers approached again and said, "Hey man, the emus are still eating all our crops. Can you send the army back out here?" And Pierce was like, "Yeah, okay." So the operation was back on for round 2.
Round
And this
2.
time Meredith and his men had learned the emus' guerrilla tactics and were much more successful, with reports suggesting the men were cutting down 300 emus every week. I
300
hope you boys are
week.
getting great footage of this. What on earth are you filming? Despite the success, the media had lost interest in the whole thing. But with 1,000 emus killed, Pierce finally ended the operation and returned to Parliament declaring victory for the humans. So there were 20,000 emus out there destroying crops, and you've killed 1,000.
Okay,
Meaning
that's
there's
19,000 left.
20,000 emus out there. Yep, and in addition, you've burned through 10,000 rounds of ammunition. Meaning you wasted 10 rounds per confirmed kill.
Damn.
That's right. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and call this one for the emus. At least I got a feather hat.
Okay.
What? So in the end, the emus won the Great Emu War of 1942, and the emus continued to wreak havoc on the farmers for years to come. The government introduced a bounty system, which saw some success. But for a moment, let's take some time to remember the brave men who said goodbye to their families and risked their lives to take on the great, evil emu population in Western Australia. But even more importantly, let's think of the friends they made, the bond they created, and the memories they shared.
Yeah. Okay. The music.
Hey, guys, I solved the emu crisis. Really?
How?
How? I just made some better fences.
Okay. It's all easily solvable, so it's already solvable by some last patches. There was an interesting war. I guess you have to shoot some of the emus if they are overpopulating to maintain all the foods grown in a garden and fields. Otherwise the economy will be down. That's a really good video. I enjoyed. So make sure you like and subscribe for more videos like this one, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.